And Coach, first of all, before we look bigger picture, let's go back through this second game, and I think maybe both games today emblematic of how important each and every pitch is in a ball game, every 90 feet is in a ball game. Just every little thing matters when playing really good baseball teams.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're playing a team like TCU. I just got done talking to our team and basically told them that. I honestly felt in that game, that second game, we were the better team in that game, but we didn't make enough championship plays, and we gave them some runs, by not backing up a base and not reading a crash and just some things that you have to be able to do in a championship environment in order to pull through in a game like that. And again, I know people out there may hear me talk and they think okay, same thing, but man, it's just so much fun to be around a group of guys that fight and compete every pitch. Both games, Rio came up as a tying run in game one. That game right there, if that ball's an inch, one more foot or whatever, it probably gets by the outfielder and we win the game. So, I'm proud of our kids. I'm proud of how hard they play. I'm proud of how they compete. We just got to make some more championship. We got to make championship plays and finish them off.
And that being said, I know you don't want to talk about moral victories in these two games, games that you had an opportunity to win here today. What does the team have to do to get over that hump and come out on the other end?
Well, again, I think if we're smart and we look at some of the runs that we gave today, you got to take care of the ball. We got to be able to turn routine double plays. We got to turn those. Ryan Sloniger is going to walk out of here as one of the best catchers I think that's ever played here. He always backs up first base. He didn't back up first base today for whatever reason. 2 pitches later, that guy's on. He's on second because of it. 2 pitches later, he scores. They run a crash play. The automatic thing that you do there is you automatically fake bunt hit, and we don't. We bunt into it, and we end up getting out of that inning with no runs. So it's things like that you got to be able to do in the moment. Again, championship plays. We made enough plays to make it close, but we got to and also pitchers. We get 2 runs in the first inning. We talk about having a shutdown inning. We give them a 3 spot right back. So we were 0 for 2 today in shutdown innings, but again, the energy, the effort, the competitive spirit, the things that you can choose, the things that you can control, we did a good job. We just got to get better.
Yeah, you talk about the 1 inning Biasi had, the 3-run inning, but you got to be happy with the way that guys went out and fought through a couple of tough starts, his last 2 starts, and giving you what you needed and got it to the bullpen, which has been pretty good for you as well.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't Sal's best effort, but again, we talk about all the time about, give me 100% of your 50%. And so I think he was probably around 50% today and definitely gave us 100 of that. And, Dakota Forsythe, man, he's just been so big for us. We take him for granted, I'm pretty sure, and just expect him to be so good, and he always is. Jack came in again and did his thing. So, we're going to come back tomorrow and try to get one.
Well, you were able to, between both games today, pick up 22 hits, although it was 22 singles. If you could just get one big hit, you feel like you're so close to being on the cusp, and I know you have guys that can do it, but it's tough to do sometimes against a very good pitching staff as well.
Yeah, and you know what? You got to find a way to, get that hit that, and bust through when you need it, but our kids fought, and we're going to have a short-term memory here and learn from our mistakes and come back out tomorrow. I mean, we have a chance to salvage a game, and for us and the things that we're trying to build, that's an important game for us tomorrow.
Well, you obviously also want to simulate what it's like to play in a regional atmosphere. Do you feel like you guys accomplished some of your goals today from that?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, the crowd today was unbelievable. Hats off again to Lauren Crispell and his staff, and just everything that they've done all year to promote this series. That was fun. That was a great environment. And so here, I'll give you an example. We lost that game. We came in. I said, okay. I said, now if we're in a super regional, you don't. The TCU doesn't go to Omaha because they won the first game. You got to win 2 out of 3. So we have a chance to go out and practice winning 2 out of 3. And I also said, hey, if we make the conference tournament, there's probably going to come a time this year in that tournament where you lose a tough game and you got to come right back a couple hours later or 30 minutes later and play with your season on the line. We didn't win. but we fought and we had a chance to win. And so, you know, I think that's valuable experience of playing in championship environments against championship teams. That's going to serve us well.
All right, Coach. Always appreciate it, and we'll talk to you after the game tomorrow.
All right, thanks, man.
Penn State